I've officially hit the record button, and so now you are on a bit of a time crunch, correct?
Right now I'm good, but it's about like I have like 20 minutes, so
Okay,
I've got time.
then
We're chilling.
let's jump into it. Hit me with the pitch. What's going on
Yeah.
with Not the Brave?
So at first when I read Nott, I was like, this character seems very average, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, she kind of has that RNG factor with her top enhance,
Sure.
where she picks it up and like she's a seven-hander, so she has a lot of cards in her hand, so therefore when she does it, she's not gonna be able to like get what she wants into her discard pile.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, that's a little awkward. Because it feels like you want us to steal momentum. But then after a little while, I was thinking like, well, that's not really the case. You don't always want that card to go to your momentum. You kind of sometimes go, oh, I just want that attack. Let me just pick that up real quick. And then
Yeah.
I have so many cards in my hands. Odds are I'm not gonna discard it, so I'm just gonna have it. So it's just like that's kind of what like I was like at first I built a list on this kind of that weapon death back, build the toga cards with like deception dagger, all these things. I was playing, it's really fun. Like, oh, give deception dagger stun 6, stun your whole board out. Let's have a good time doing that way.
Sure.
And then I was like, well, it's fun, but it's not competitive enough to where I'm like, I want to play it competitively. It was just a fun meme kind of deck.
Mm-hmm.
So then I started going to the idea of why don't I play a deck with Nott where you play more or less the good stuff attacks, but also kind of that destruction factor with like full cowling impact, malefic grenade, and those kind of cards. Because Nott gets to make full cowling impact for sure a 5 damage move, and if it's like turn 2, it's your opponent's probably playing 2 cards, so it's gonna be a 7 damage, 2 low for 7 that has stun 1 on it. More likely,
Sure.
unless they're a 7-hander who's less healthy or same health. So
Okay.
full cowling impact's not really good, cool because it's just like, hey, turn 1, if you didn't build a very strong stage, because like when I played Kirishima 3, I was like, if you don't build a strong stage and this comes at you and you can't afford to block it, it's just 6-7 damage for free,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that
Makes
feels
sense.
terrible as an opponent. So it's just like that card. I was like, I wanted to make that card work in her because you don't see a lot of full cowling impact play at all. Because it's like it's not a great, it's a good card, but it's not like better than any other card. But then I saw Dual Needle Lunge, and I went, wait, this character gets to loop this card.
Yeah.
And yes, it costs the 3 life to kind of loop it, but as not, you want to keep your life total below your opponent's, and that helps you stay there.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's like,
this makes total
oh,
sense.
so it was like I started doing it. I was like, wait, I can throw this attacks like 4 times for free on no progressive for free. That feels kind of cool. And so the ultimate idea of the deck is kind of just to say, hey, dual needle lunge you like 3 or 4 times, and then now that you have like either no blocks out, your board's committed down. I can now go like battle early, something else, and like big freaking explosions kind of dumpster you with a big one.
Sure.
Again, turn 3, turn 4. So it's kind of the idea of the attack lineup. And then also with her, picking up good blocks are good. So like Showdown's really cool to be able to pick up from your discard pile. And you're just gonna go, hey, I'm gonna flip my pitching in, pick up Showdown, block with Showdown, respond Kiko's aid, have fun playing your next card.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Hero's Upbringing. I've never seen this card legitimately played on a main board, but Nott gets to pick it up. So you can go, hey, I have 2 in my discard pile. Let's flip pitching in, pick up Hero's Upbringing. Oh, you're a younger Togoro, I can kind of stop you. Or hey, you're somebody who relies on their character, like Asui or someone. I can just go, yeah, no, you're done doing that.
Interesting you brought up Asui, but I'm here for it. I think Heroes Upbringing is probably more of a sideboard card than anything, but I am down for you to dream. I'm down for you to dream. So my question is what do you need my help with?
So one big thing that I've noticed that this deck struggles with, and I think it's not just the deck, I think it may just be the symbol that struggles with being death, is asset hate.
Sure.
Because like one game that I played with as Nott was I went against Twisted Surroundings, and it just destroyed my whole plan.
Sure.
And so it just feels like there isn't a lot of asset hate currently on death. Like you have knife lunge, whatever it is, the Toga promo that says if you've done 5 or more, flip it, destroy a foundation or rival asset. Which is like, yeah, it's good asset hate. So I found that, and then in my sideboard I put like the Togoro foundation that says enhance, destroy it. If your opponent has an ability on an asset, destroy that asset.
I don't know why.
So it's like that's like the only real asset that I've seen that I'm like it's worth playing, if that makes sense. So it's like finding something that like helps me deal with assets is the hard part.
Yeah. I need to click the death. Oh, I did click death. Death attack go. I need page 4 again. I need page 3 again. The one that I didn't see on your list was Blue Flame Spiral. Surprisingly good. It says discard top 3. If the attack deals damage to a rival asset or foundation.
Yeah.
A lot of people sleep on this card, but you get to ready 2 of their foundations and then stun 1 back with Nott. It also says
True.
discard the top 3 cards of your deck, which is just like more pickings for Nott.
Yep.
And it's a 7 mid for 5 with stun 1 in your character. Not to mention any other speed stuff.
Not,
right?
Yeah.
And so like we don't even necessarily care about the damage itself. We just need it to deal damage to kill the asset.
Yeah. True. Okay.
Decent enough low block. Is it better than like what Malefic Grenade is doing? Maybe it's like Malefic should be a 2 of, this should be a 1 of if assets are actually that bad. This card just to grow dominance also just does it.
Yeah, that's why it's on my sideboard. It's like because I took it to locals yesterday. My local had the decks, and so I was able to get it built. And so Tagoro's dominance was nice to deal with any real asset problems I had. But Blue Flame, something I tested at first and I liked, but then I was like, would I rather play Malefic or Blue Flame? And now that I'm looking at it, honestly, Blue Flame does what Malefic does for a way reduced cost.
Yeah.
And so I was wondering, so when you discard the top 3 cards with Blue Flame, is that the same thing as Mill 3? You gotta choose the order, or is it just
Correct.
the order they go down in?
It is. So Mill has been shorthanded for discard top 3, or discard top of your deck, right? The words Mill 3 it's less ink than saying discard top 3 cards of your deck. Right.
And this card just is a better version because it's the same speed, right?
2 low block versus 0 low block, I think, is pretty important here. Also, keywords might be important. Charge punch versus range tech. I don't know what matters over here keyword wise.
I have no keyword limitations right now.
Okay. Because I know like this is ranged or this is fury. This is weapon. This has 100 keywords. And so, like, it depends on, like, what matters to you there.
I honestly think that after looking at it, Blue Flame may just be the call instead of Malefic.
Sure. Yeah, well, I'll put it in the sideboard so you can still have it and it exists. But we'll do triple Blue Flame here.
Because that may just be smarter, because I also select which one you get rid of, rather than your opponent selects the destroying.
Oh, is that what Malefic says? They pick one?
Says, your rival destroys one.
Yeah, I like this card a lot. And like readying their foundations is not that much of a hindrance if you get to just commit the bad guy down with Nott or snack time. Like doing both is pretty good.
If you go to 5-speed game, snack time, yeah.
Yeah, Button Collector I think is the other big thing. What's going on with this guy?
Yeah, so Button Collector I've actually found to be really. There's some times that this card becomes super useful. It's free draw. It's a free draw 1 commit cost. Like it's most times when I use it to draw, it's either to find like either that one next foundation I need to build, or to fill my hand a little more to pick up that attack from the top of my discard pile, so I don't put it to my one zone. Sure. So it helps me kind of get an extra card, but also that spend momentum to seal 2 rival foundations. Your card can cancel by destroying a foundation. Like if I can get steal momentum somehow on turn 1 or turn 2, like attacking, and I can go, hey, I'm gonna use this now. And say, do you want to destroy a foundation or let me seal your 2 defensive pieces to stop me from playing my cards? Like, hey, you have Kiko's Aid. I'm going to seal that card. Do you want me to seal it or do you want to just lose a foundation to have it not be sealed? Where I just may not throw another attack anyway.
Isn't it crazy we're not playing Settling Old Debts in this deck?
Maybe. My brain cannot remember what that card says.
Just
that's a 6.
Flip, we both draw. Like, it's kind of doing what this does, except for it's a 1/5 and not a 3/5. Mm-hmm. It's a flip cost, not a commit cost. So it is like once per game, right? But like it's not.
Yeah.
Like I totally get Button Collector's top enhance of like seal 2 of their foundations, or they destroy one. Like that's good. That is a good ability. But is that worth spending the momentum on instead of powerful 3, powerful 100, EX 3? Like is it worth?
Maybe we could Button Collector. I feel like Button Collector. Maybe 1 of a Button Collector. You don't need it. It's like I would need it to win the game.
Sure.
And then we put a couple because I was even thinking because I know Death has either the one you're talking about or it has the Toga once it's over half your opponent's board is committed and you stun their board out.
Yeah. The other thing is like this is a high block versus a low block.
Oh, true.
The other idea is like this is crazy, man. Why aren't we playing both? Like why is weirdly forcing surrender in here like a 1 of? Why is Red Ride's the coolest in here? Your character already gives +1 damage, right? And so like I don't think that you need things like Red Ride's the coolest to do more, right?
Yeah. So the reason for forcing is that I can block with Showdown, flip, forcing, kick, showdown, pick it back up, block with it again.
Sure.
With my character, but again, I understand why you don't need it, because again, it's fine. Still one also me finding it or some to none anyway. Unless I want to put it at the top.
Is that better than just drawing a new card and like having struggling with studies to pick it up instead?
True, yeah.
Like I get like this tactic is very cool. This seems like I'm gonna have this tactic versus other or button collector is not as good as the thing you just described. So button collector would be a thing that I would have leave before like forcing surrender in order to find a spot, right? Let's look at block zones. 23, 22, 20. We have a lot of high blocks. We've got 9 here. 9, 10, 11, and they're good ones. I almost just want to cut the hero's upbringing from the main board just so we can have more foundation space. And I think 3 Knott's Flask is a little crazy. I get that it's not unique. So the other idea, right, is Knott's Flask is my damage pump. And so I actually don't need things like Immortal Shapeshifter for my damage pump. And that gets to be things like Settling Old Debt to just draw more attacks. You know?
Because I guess the thing that made Immortal why Immortal Debt for the damage, yes. But also, like, say, for example, on turn 1, my foundations are like I have Hostile Introduction in my hand, and I need to build it to get like a decent build. I can use Immortal Shapeshifter to just destroy it, put it to my discard pile to burn them for 1, and then pick it up to block with it, or to try to burn them again for 1 and put it to my mud zone.
Sure.
But I do agree that if we decide to go the other route, we would take out Immortal Shifter, which I do agree. Like, I think Immortal Shifter is a cut card that can be cut, because again, it's a 2-diff, and I'd rather get more spam to allow me to do stuff, or more.
You know what this card also says? Draw a card off battle or release.
True.
Right? Like, this is just like premier target. And like I totally get like you want the burn on this card. You feel like you're wasting it, but like it's a 0/5 3 mid block with Breaker 2 that says flip for battle. It's the premier target for battle or release.
Okay. Yeah.
And so like I think that things like Immortal Shapeshifter are good, but because of how quickly you're going to be going through your deck, you're going to find the other ones.
Okay. Fair. We can take out Immortal Shapeshifter. I'm down to take that out.
You ready? Watch this. Let's put this at a 1-of, right? Because like that tactic is still valid. Hero's Upbringing is gone.
Okay.
Let's put this in at a 3-of. And we've cut a card, I think. And we should probably include one more low. Why not include one more copy of Forcing Surrender, or better yet, one more copy of Struggling?
Okay.
Because this card is nuts. In order to play good defense.
Yeah.
The other thing is Adverse to Water is like our only speed hate in the deck at the moment. It's this and Surviving, which are not 4-ofs, right? Am I missing any other speed hate?
No, that is really it. And then
I guess
like Nott is just
minus
damage.
minus 3 damage.
Because it's on my attacks, not their attacks. The speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the only real speed hate. Because a card I was thinking about running was, it's a 2-diff high block with the Cowboy Bebop that says, at the top card of your deck, if you give -2 speed for a commit cost, if it's attacked with -3 speed at the top of your discard pile. It's the one with him hanging upside down. I forget what it's called off the top of my head.
We'll find it. Suspended bounty. Just commit for -3 speed. That's fine.
That's like the only speed maybe that would be worth when I was pitching in. I don't know.
I think that those, if this thing's on top, cards are not very good, personally.
Okay. That's fair.
I know that I'm not a fan of those.
Trying to think any other speed that'd be worth, like maybe running in Control, because the throw hate too. So like his throws just kind of kills character.
Always cool. Knott's Flask. And then the speed hate that you already do have, it's probably enough.
Again, like the block mods are pretty good overall, because again, like it's a 1 high for Vile Seizing, it's a 0 high for Gouging Needle.
Yeah.
Like the block mods themselves usually make up for the lack of speed. But yeah, no, I would say like the big thing I would say is like that if I check poorly on my turn, the
Mm-hmm.
defensive turn gets really scary if I don't have like a Kiko's Aid or a Showdown ready
Sure.
or some sort of breaker. That's where like if I get really committed out, that's where it gets really scary. Because like the big reason why Red Riot I would say it is / was in the deck is because of the fact it's damage pump and helps fuel the damage for Battle Aura. Because a lot
Sure.
of my other flip costs are like on my opponent's turn, like Kiko's Aid usually on my opponent's turn. Um, Pitching and I can do it my turn. Botan's coaching can do it either turn. So like those can get there. It's like there wasn't a lot of flip. Like Charlie was saying, flips, but it has to be the third or more attack to like pick up anything to get value out of it at least.
Yeah, I just want to put this down to a 2 of and put Adverse to
Okay.
Water to up to a 4 of, and
Okay.
I think I might call it there.
Okay.
I think this deck is good enough for government work, and it's kind of it's going to be better at building because we cut 2 actions for 2 more
Yeah.
non-actions.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean this is a great build, right?
Yeah.
2 2 2 or sorry 2 3 3 3 4 or 5, and then we've got a 0 and a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like 2 2 3 3 5, and then
Yeah.
they can't attack you high, or else you just blow them out.
Yep.
Yeah, this was great.
Okay. Yeah.
This is great. All right, man. Well, thanks for showing me your awesome Nott deck. This character is very open-ended with how they're allowed to play the game. So I'm excited to see different Notts that come in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, stay on the line long enough for me to shoot you the list, and you have a good rest of your night. Okay.
Yeah. You too.
See you, buddy.